Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trek Canon, short edition. Well, short-ish edition. So, I was watching the Star Trek Picard trailer, right? And I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it who knows anything about Trek has seen the trailer. And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned somewhere that, oh my God, Q's back, man. Q's back, my dude, my homie, the myth, the legend, man, Q. Right? So I was thinking, man, what could they possibly have Q doing in the new series? And then I thought to myself, wait a minute. I don't like Discovery or Picard. So then it led me to think my very first video, I believe it was, my very first video, I think I described canon as what it was. How, the mythos and history and of a story, how it connects. So that led me to think, why don't I like Discovery or Picard? Oh, right, because they couldn't possibly be part of canon. So let me explain what I'm talking about just a little bit. Now, I think that there should be an amendment added to the definition of canon. Something along the lines of, if it is also done in the spirit of the storyteller, okay? If it's done in the spirit of the storyteller, then it should be included as canon, all right? Because so many stories touch people so many ways, and these stories are retold and expounded upon, and great stories are usually expanded upon in great ways. And since the story at its origin is fictional, okay, then the things added to it, if done in the spirit or the intent of the person who originated or created that story, then I feel it should be added. Which leads me to Star Trek Continues, for instance. All right. I was exposed to Star Trek Continues by a recommendation on YouTube. And I watched the first episode, which led me to the second episode. And then throughout, I watched the entire series. And all throughout it, I was thinking to myself, the attention to detail that they put into this, the attention to the story that these stories try to continue on. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, to me, it's canon. Now, what if we had, let's bring a different series into discussion. Let's talk about, I don't know if you guys remember the show, remember the movie Flash Gordon. Yeah, it might be. Let me find something. Everybody know Flash Gordon, man, right? No. Let's talk about let's do Friday, right? So in Friday, let's say for instance they do a new, because they always talking about they gonna do a new Friday. Let's say for instance they do a new Friday, right? And somebody like, I don't know, Day could fly. You know what I'm saying? He always been able to fly. He just never showed that he was able to fly. And you're like, hold up, Day flying up on roofs now, man. Day flying, right? Now, that's an example of what I mean in the spirit of the storyteller. That's not something that that we used to. That's not something that was the spirit of the creator. Ariel being black. It's not, and that wasn't the intent, of the story. So when I look at Star Trek Discovery and Picard, right, I think to myself, first, what is this? What are these shows? How are these shows being truthful to what Star Trek is? And for that, what is Star Trek? Star Trek is commentary It's a commentary on social issues. It's a commentary on optimism. It's a commentary on fulfillment. Okay, for better, for being better, infinite diversity and infinite combinations. When I think about the first season of Discovery and the first season of Picard, what throughout that path, what was better? You know, so if you take out, all right, well, we averted some world cataclysmic, some galaxy cataclysmic event. Oh, okay, but over the span of the episodes, I'm gonna honestly ask you, what stands out as something that show optimism or us growing from something, or an exploration of something uh, Star Trek like? All right, what was the spirit that Discovery and Picard had when it came to Star Trek? You know, uh, Picard, totally different dude. You know what I mean? Seven and Nine, totally different lady than she was in the series, than he was in the series. Starfleet, totally different entity than it was in this series. Well, time passes. The great thing about Star Trek is that we've seen the future. We've seen the future 500 years, 700 years, 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? Even further than that, all throughout canon. And it's never been like that. You know what I mean? So now you're introducing Spore Drive in a prequel, even. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even, like, oh man, we've been experimenting with this new technology. No, 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 no. In a prequel, before Kirk and all of them, before all established spirit of the creator, his intent of the show. Okay. So when I look at Picard, all right, it wasn't an exploration of humanity as far as, okay, well, what it means to lose being human. What does it mean to gain being human? Is does you being a cyborg take away anything from your humanity or anything like that? The extension of life, the immortality of putting your brain inside of a computer, all these types of things. Did it discuss any of that? Identity, any of that? No. It was. I don't really remember. I honestly. Oh yeah, it was a space cyborg alien and artificial intelligence that was gonna come over and destroy everything, and it all stemmed from the cyborg, all from the androids. Yeah. What happened with this? What happened with meeting the species? What happened with the exploration of space? What happened with the exploration of the condition? That's what I mean. So when I say Discovery and Picard, they didn't have these things. So that leads me back to what I was thinking about with the trailer. You have Q in this show, and you have Seven of Nine in this show. And a lot of people can't find the correlation between why Seven of Nine and Picard will have history. And for those people, I'm just gonna have to say, oh yeah, y'all don't remember Locutus and the collective and she knowing who he was, and maybe them sharing the fact that they were both assimilated by the Borg and had different experiences with trying to unassimilate by the Borg, and maybe they have a connection in that kind of way. And maybe because they both know each other intimately because they were part of the collective at the same time. Okay, so she knows all about him, his strengths, weaknesses, and everything, and vice versa. So yeah, that's kind of the connection. But to have Q, who by the way looks great coming back, John Delancey looks great. I dig it. But then I hear in the trailer, okay, well, it's gonna be some kind of time thing. Oh my goodness, time thing. It's always a time thing. It was a time thing in Discovery. It's always a time thing. You know, they got to get away from that. They got to get away from the time thing. The galaxy is large. The universe is large. The Star Trek realm is large. So large that you do not need to keep treading over the same thing. Just because you introduce Q, who, by the way, did a time thing in All Good Things for the Next Generation. Come on, man. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing again. But I hope it's not like that. But I know it's gonna be like that, and I'm gonna have to review them And I hope you guys watch the reviews because it's gonna. Oh man, I hope that they do something different and interesting. And no, 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 the Q are not responsible for creating a Guardian of Forever. Why would you think that? What? Look. Anyway, y'all be cool, man. And as always, subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell. Peace, recycle, and save the whales. Hey, you guys, let me know if y'all looking forward to the Picard. You know, if the new season of Picard. You know, they always say the first season is of Star Trek is always jacked up. So you know, we'll see what happens. And third season of Discovery was still jacked up, but let's see what happens. You know, let's see what happens. I'm not. Peace, recycle, and save the whales, man. Y'all be cool.